I am tired of this generation of people that thinks that it's perfectly normal to sexualize teenagers and children but not respect them. And the amount of y'all that literally the amount of people in this world in society that need to be behind bars, bitch. The amount of y'all that literally stand by and try to rationalize that shit is crazy. How the fuck are you sitting here rationalizing and watching someone every fucking day? Women, it doesn't matter. And it's not just men. Okay, I'm tired of these fucking narcissistic women like projecting onto men. Oh my god, men are so disgusting. You want to know who's doing the pimping of all of this? Mothers. You want to know who's like supporting underage girls, basically posting child pornography, fucking barely dressed, half naked underage girls all over TikTok with their chest all out, with their ass out, and all this shit is grown ass fucking women. And you want to fucking sit here and say men are the problem. Bitch, you're just as bad, if not even fucking worse, because you're trying to use the excuse that you're a fucking woman. And then to make matters worse, how many of these fucking women have like tried to normalize online prostitution? It is not work. You are a prostitute. And you should be fucking in jail. Like, literally, there's nothing good about it. Okay, there's literally nothing good about it. Everything that is porn is a rape fantasy or it is rape. Period. I don't give a fuck if you don't want to hear it. It's the truth. Dressing like a fucking teacher, dressing like a schoolgirl, bitch. You're selling a rape fantasy. All these fucking, I swear to God, the amount of fucking underage girls and like barely legal girls that are on that fucking site doing that shit is disgusting. It's like it's skyrocketed. And a lot of them look even younger than they look. And then you're playing into that. So you're playing into someone who theoretically looks like a fucking kid, and you're training someone's brain to sexualize that person. And you're gonna fucking sit here and tell me that that is normal and that that's empowering, bitch. You are pedo baiting. That's not fucking cute. And if you're a grown ass woman that doing that shit, you need your ass beat. You need your ass beat. I've seen too many fucking videos of like young underage girls be fucking approached by not even just men, women. Women doing this. Let's say the truth. Okay? Let's call the spade a spade. The whole industry is a child exploitation / human trafficking scheme. I do not give a fuck. It's the truth. That's why so many predators are all up in that shit. The music industry, the modeling industry, the dance industry, the porn industry, all of it is literally the same. All of it is literally the same. These people don't really get paid the amount that they're being sold a dream. Kid, this is the thing, okay? It dates all the way back to history, okay, bitch? The way of life that is normal is the way of natives and the way of a lot of like indigenous people before land was stolen, before people was stolen. And let's take it even further. The beginning of human trafficking started when colonizers stole people like me and sold us. It did not stop. They just found another way to do it and they hid it. It's still happening. We're not really, I mean, there's certain people that like, they have the option to be free and be safe and be educated about this shit and stay away from it. But I'm genuinely concerned for the kids of this century because the amount of especially fucking women, because this is what I'm telling you, right? I feel like in the beginning, they were using ice cream trucks. They were using free candy as a method, right? And they were having beauty contests. I'm talking about straight up human trafficking and child exploitation here. So their tactics were to have beauty contests, children beauty contests, probably riding around in those fucking ice cream trucks and shit. And then the parents were like, no, this is disgusting. This is horrible. Stay away from that. So then they stopped doing that and they started doing all this other shit. They made this industry. They made Hollywood. Okay? Oh, you want to be they started selling this dream to kids. Oh, do you want to be famous? Do you want to be an actor? Blah, blah, blah. They always pick the kids that they deem as attractive. It's disgusting, but it's the truth. It's the truth. It's the fucking truth. I'm sorry. I don't care. Like, it's the goddamn truth. It's disgusting. And, you know, they're holding all of these ultimatums. Okay? All of these children are being abused. All of them. And with the illusion of fame being held over the head is, oh, you want to be famous? Well, you have to basically let this old guy rape you. Is basically what's happening. Like I said, if I have to be the only fucking person that says shit how it actually needs to be said, I will probably be that person, because I'm so fucking tired of people like not saying shit how it is, and like watering it down and being like, oh, you know, it's just weird. No, it's pedophilic and it's disgusting, right? So basically what happens is, like, all these kids and these teenage girls, teenage boys get into this industry, and there's all these predators around them, and they're like, oh, if you want to be famous, you have to do this. That's fucking rape, and that is coercion, and that is exploitation, and it's bullshit. It is bullshit. And why I tell people to not even really pay attention to a lot of these like big name people is because, bitch, I don't really give a fuck. Okay, everyone has trauma, but guess what? You have the option to not do certain things. There's a certain point where you get to be an adult and you have the option to be like, you know what? I'm not fucking doing this. I'm leaving. You, even as a child, like, you always have the option to leave. But it's the people, it's specifically these children that have like narcissistic traits. It's just that those traits are being fed. It's like feeding a horrible monster. And so these people, oftentimes, if they don't fucking leave, they just become just as bad as these people, which is why you shouldn't trust a lot of people in the industry, because a lot of these people, the big secret that they are keeping is human trafficking all around them, and is the fact that they are involved in a human trafficking exploitation fucking, you know, scheme or scam or whatever the fuck. That's the big secret. That's why that's why all these big famous people, they don't say anything. And that's why anybody who doesn't have that type of platform can say what they want to say, but it just doesn't get pushed out, because, you know, the truth never gets pushed out, because then they wouldn't have control. Then they wouldn't be able to lure kids in and continue to abuse them. Well, I don't give a fuck, because I don't want to see this continue. Okay, so, you know, it started when they stole black people and they just made the industry, and that's literally what the industry is for. It's not gonna get better. Like, it needs to just be destroyed. And it makes me upset because, like, you know, there's these people, these starseed beings, right, that are God's children, that have like gifts and shit. They're very talented people. And, you know, I feel like this industry should be made to tell stories and to help people if they're going through a hard time, to help them understand, like, either they're not alone, or and how to get through that and how to be more empowered or whatever, or to make people laugh. But that shouldn't come with the expense of all this shit and abuse that's going on. And so, you know, this has been hidden for a long time, and I feel like that's why I think a lot of people like me that are part of Gen Z, like most of us, there are some people that are exposed to shit. But I feel like I've been a normal kid for so long, but it's like now I'm actually seeing shit for what it is, bro. And it's disgusting. I was a dancer. And I remember one time we were all like 13 years old, and my dance teacher had us split into two different teams. She had like a intermediate team, and the other team was like a more professional, like, get your way to the top team, whatever. She had one of these fucking girls doing a burlesque number, And I'm pretty sure there's like a human trafficking and exploitation shit going on where I live because it was downtown and I know these motherfuckers keep track of like the shit that's going on. They're always around children. They know where children is, they're keeping track and they're always around. So I swear to God, bro, it's like the energy of the room when she was performing shifted. And all of these fucking men, like all these like I feel like they were a lot of them were like drunk. They were all hooting and hollering at her and I was so uncomfortable. Like I did not want to be there. And some of the people, a lot of the men in the audience that were hooting and hollering at this fucking 13-year-old girl doing a fucking burlesque number were fathers of children. What the fuck? Okay, so that's number one. Then number two, I wasn't actively like with the company anymore, but I was just trying to like support them. And here we go again. At this point, I'm like fucking 14, 15 years old. And again, 14, 15-year-old girl doing a dance to Dirty Diana and wearing the skimpiest outfit on stage. You could like almost see her ass cheeks hanging out. And again, these people know what they're doing. Everyone, they're all in cahoots with each other. They know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly who they're working for. They are selling these girls online. Like they are selling child pornography on these video, like all these things, and they're just like leeching them onto these girls. They know exactly what they're doing. Same with a lot of these, this is more like intense and less like subliminal, but these fucking online prostitutes, these OnlyFans girls that have the fucking audacity to call what they're doing a fucking job, they know exactly what they're doing with the type of content that they've made for a long time, and then they get pregnant, and then what do? They automatically make content surrounding their children. They know exactly what they're doing. I do not give a fuck. I do not give a fuck. They are narcissists. And I don't give a fuck about no narcissists. I don't care. I'm tired of these women acting innocent. Because you want to know what is normal? Is having a kid and keeping that to yourself. The whole world does not need to know that you're pregnant, that you have a child. But it's like they don't have a life. These bitches are losers. They have no real life. They have no real emotional, mental maturity. They're obsessed with their kids and they're obsessed with other people's kids too. And they make their whole life their kids, but not in the sense of actually taking care of their kids, raising their kids with actual values and talents and strength and protection. They spend so much time attaching themselves to their kids so their kids will never leave and they can have some type of benefit from their kids. And a lot of these girls are going to exploit their kids. That's what they do. That's what they do because they know it makes them money. They don't give a fuck about their kids. They're disgusting. They are disgusting. There's too many of these fucking bitches that I've seen literally like they know what type of content they make. They leech their newborn fucking babies. Oh my God, you guys. Yeah, I know you guys love to like, take advantage of people. So here I am, pregnant lady. Fuck you. Fuck you, disgusting bitch. And then these bitches like pretend to be victims, right? Like there's a lot of these bitches that be in cahoots, literally in cahoots with pedophiles, working for pedophiles, and then be the same ones trying to be like, oh my God, you guys, like he's bothering me. Why are you even talking to him, bitch? You're not a victim here. Because if you were really a victim, I know there's plenty of girls that are victim. Bitch, literally, when I was 13 years old, I made my first Facebook account. It literally took nothing but like a few fucking minutes for a grown ass man, like 3 different grown ass men to follow me. And do you want to know what I did? Because I'm not a fucking idiot, I made my shit private so only my friends could see it. So you have to friend request me, and there will still be a few, creeps, but I was mostly safe. because I put my shit on private. That's what you're supposed to do. If teenagers are going to be online, they should know how to practice internet safety and not post their fucking face or put their shit on private. You know, when I was 14, 13, 15 years old, I mainly ran like accounts. Like, I did not show my face a lot. I had my fucking cat as my fucking profile picture. You know, I was running like a kind of Stan account. It wasn't, but I had Melanie Martinez as my fucking profile picture, you know, and I didn't show my face at all. There was like barely any time where, you know, group of girls in this fandom would come together and be like, oh my God, here's a face reveal. One picture, and that's it. That's literally it. That's literally it. But like, it's just so ridiculous. Like, teenagers shouldn't even be online like that. And then, you know, what these motherfuckers are doing, their new tactic is to make children, like I said, to normalize pedophilia and desensitize children from the fact that all of this is not okay. They think, oh, well, it's their choice. No, it's not. These children, these little human beings and shit have such a long way to go in life to grow and actually understand what they went through wasn't okay. But it doesn't help when you have like the media and then basically feeding into their trauma and basically telling them to romanticize being raped. That doesn't fucking help anything. Okay? And the only thing that's going to solve this problem is if people stop watching porn, because it's only going to get worse. Because like I said, there's no longer women and like if you know all this, like I said, it's all rape, teacher, teen, stepmom, stepdad. Like, it's disgusting. It's fucking disgusting. This is literally shit that happens in real life, and they're just trying to romanticize it. That's disgusting. It is disgusting. It's not normal at all. And if you're going to sit here and try to normalize that, bitch, you need like years and years of like therapy and growth. Like, the only way that this is going to be solved is people stop promoting it. Seriously, because I'm tired of it. I'm so tired of it, bitch. It's disgusting. And then on top of that, you know, I feel like a lot of these kids that watch this shit are the same fucking ones that rape other children. I'm not even joking. There's nothing good about this shit, because not only are you pedo baiting to men, you're breeding children to be rapists. Because I know there's plenty of girls like me who were molested by their own fucking peers, and people think, oh my God, it's not a big deal. It is. Because those weren't normal children. Those were sociopaths. And I can promise you, they did not stop at just one person. They did it to multiple people. The girl that did it to me did it to literally every girl at the daycare we were staying at. And especially did it to the younger kids. That bitch is a sociopath. She knew exactly what she was doing. She would lock us in a room and she would be like, if you don't do this, I'm going to do A, B, and C. Like, it's just ridiculous. It is just absolutely ridiculous. Seriously. Like, seriously. And those people, those sociopaths that are like emotionally and verbally and physically and sexually abusive, like, they are literally every form of abusive, bro. They're so dangerous. Like, it takes nothing from a situation to go bad to worse, because either they will physically put you in a situation where they set you up to be harmed in some way, or they're like dangerous because of the amount of emotional abuse that's going on. Like, they will literally, bro, like, It's ridiculous. There's so many people, so many kids that have been assaulted by their own peers, by their cousins, by their classmates, a lot of college students. I'm telling you, a lot of the trafficking that is going on and shit is especially happening in these college parties. And I know that there's a lot of these college students that are running trafficking rings within their parties and luring young girls, underage girls, 16, 17, 15 and under, in their fucking parties. I know there's plenty of fucking people that could literally tell you that they've been to a college party. This is why I don't go out to parties, because guess what? Nothing good can come of that. Literally nothing good can come out of a group of fucking people being reckless. You know, bitch, I feel like when you move with your heart and intention and get to know people on an emotional level, like a normal human being, you don't need to be around all types of people doing God knows what. And then you get in trouble, or you get assaulted, or you get drugged, or like, this world is a fucked up place. And you know what doesn't help is acting like it is not a fucked up place. What does help is acknowledging how fucked up it is and staying away, far the fuck away from the places where the demons, because that's what it is demonic ass energy siphoning, is going to be at on like a high profile basis. That's why we don't go to parties. That's why we don't go to clubs, because that's where all those motherfuckers are at. That's where all that shit is happening. You know, if you're just living your own life, you're less likely to be in that situation. I'm not saying that it won't happen, but you're less likely to like have something happen and be in danger if you stay away from those dangerous areas, those not safe areas where all of that shit, where all this trafficking and this child exploitation and drugging and shit and violence is going on. It's happening at these fucking parties, at these clubs. But people don't have common sense. And they think that shit is normal. Like, all of this shit, and like, too, also, it's like about a bigger picture here, right? Like, this shit is just, it's just keeping you from being truly in tune with yourself and your emotions and spirit, and actually healing and actually being free, and not being in this colonist matrix shit. Because what is the shit that they sell? Rape, drugs, and alcohol, all this shit. That's the thing that they do to siphon energy from people, to keep them from their best self. And the thing is, a lot of these people are addicted to porn. A lot of these people are addicted to the food. A lot of these people are addicted to drugs, like hardcore drugs, because they're running away from their trauma. They're not healing. They're not actually healing their trauma. They're not actually accepting, oh my God, this horrible fucking thing happened to me, and allowing themselves to be upset about it. And to not fall into those same patterns of like, oh, I'm stressed out, I'm gonna go eat. Oh, I'm stressed out, I'm gonna watch porn. Like, no. You need to find the actual normal way to handle your emotions, like drawing, journaling. You know, if we're gonna watch something educational, watch something that isn't like siphoning your energy. But a lot of these people don't choose to do that. And it's like, every time you choose to fall back into that hole, you are risking going back into an addictive habit that is keeping you from being in touch with reality and being present in the moment with yourself, with nature, and with society. Because all you can think about is that habit that you're gonna do, or that you're trying not to do. So for y'all to sit here and say that any of that shit is like normal or empowering, bitch, you need to really actually think long and hard, and actually allow yourself to feel your feelings, and start alchemizing your pain instead of trying to run away from it, or romanticize it because you're just gonna run into the same ass situations, bitch. You know, I stay a lot more to myself now because like in the past, like I've always been in tune with myself, but I feel like when I was younger than I am, you know, I was like kind of aloof. Like I wasn't really all the way there and I was like kind of being a pushover and I ran into some close calls and bitch, I'm lucky. I'm fucking lucky that nothing happened to me because you know, there's been times I've been sitting out. I live somewhere where you know, there's certain areas where, you know, like I said, certain people are coming in. A lot of these drug addicts, a lot of these human traffickers, they're lingering around too close to my area. So, you know, I feel like most of the time I can go out and be okay, but I don't even want to go out because I can feel it. Like I can feel that energy that like if I don't stay within my own, you know, place and be aware of my surroundings, I'm gonna be fucked, you know? And, you know, I was sitting over by somewhere and these two people, they frequent the area all the time. And like I said, they're around people where they know there's children and there's families living here. So they just happened to see me. They knew I was young. It was a man and a woman in the car, and he was sitting there with his car wide open. And he was like, "Oh, do you want to come with me? You know, you want to come to, you know, with my girlfriend in a hotel room?" Like, this shit is real. It's dangerous and it's fucking scary. And I'm lucky that they didn't just snatch me the fuck up because I was still just sitting there like, no, 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 no. But I think like a part of me just like froze. Like I was frozen in fucking fear, like trying to just like gauge the situation. But honestly, bitch, I'm not doing that shit no more. I'm not going out like that no more if I'm not with a friend, because honestly it would take nothing for someone to just come and snatch me up. Like, no, we're not doing that, because you just never know what type of shit, like how dangerous these people are. These people could be carrying fucking weapons. Like, I'm just lucky that nothing has fucking happened to me. And it really taught me like you need to be present and know that like this world is not fucking safe. It's happened like one too many times, you know? And these people, they like threw a hotel key at me. I didn't touch it. I didn't go looking for them because that would be stupid. Because I was like, okay, that's weird. And I was just kind of frozen in fear. And I was still sitting there. I was still sitting there. And around this time, I was like 19 years old. I was still sitting there when I should have left. But then after that, a police officer came. They that was my cue to go and to stop being in there, because like there was a time where the police officers were always there, like sitting around the garage storage units or whatever, looking for people. The police officer came literally like within like maybe 30 minutes to an hour, being like, "Are you okay?" Girl, that was my cue to leave. That was my cue to fucking go. That was my cue to fucking go. Like, and I'm glad that like he stopped, but Jesus Christ, like that was my cue to leave. I was like, okay, like it's just getting dangerous out here. And there was another time where I was sitting out and another police officer was there. He was like, "Have you seen this man?" I'm like, "No, what the fuck is going on here?" Like, I don't know. And there's been times where like, you know, people with either, like I said, these people are on drugs and probably trafficking. Like they're just sitting there in their trailers, just parked up, just parked right up, just sitting there. And the problem is like the system is broken. They're not really doing anything about it because a lot of these people are in cahoots with these people. Like, it's so bad. That's why it's up to us to like really, really take care of ourselves, but look out after our peers and actually like protect them and help them and like make actual safe spaces for them to be children. Because like Bitch, the fucking people that are supposed to be in power protecting us, they ain't gonna fucking do shit. And I feel like there's very few people in those positions of power that do want to help and that do their job, but it's just not enough. And, you know, there's a lot of videos where they quit because they know that the injustice is in the system and they just, it's emotionally taxing and like they can't do, like, it's too much. It's just too much. So, yeah, I'm literally, oh yeah, and then like the amount of people that are in my age demographic and some even younger, bitches on TikTok that are like fucking high schoolers calling Elsie a 12-year-old that looks like a fucking 12-year-old. I do not want to hear, I literally do not want to hear, oh, I can't tell how old she is. Yes, the fuck you can. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You want to act like you don't know what a child's face looks like. You want to act like you don't know what a child sounds like, talks like, walk like, their energy. Like a child does not have the same fucking physical features or even carry themselves in the same fucking way as a fucking adult. Be so for real. Be so for real, bitch. Please. Please, like you can tell, bro, that someone's younger because of the energy that they're carrying, because of the way that they look, because of their features. Like, y'all are just pedophiles. I don't care, bitch. There's no, bitch, if you're looking at someone and you're like, oh, I can't tell how old they are, you're sitting there trying to convince yourself, girl, they're too young. Like, it's almost as if young people look young. It's almost as if like people actually look their age. Like I promise you, there's very, 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 very few people that don't look their age. I promise you people look their age. I promise you. I think that there's like very few people that are like 19, 18 years old that like energetically, they still look their age, but energetically, they definitely carry more of a mature energy, and that's just in their spirit, which is a good thing. I would hope that within that energy that they're carrying, that they choose to actually continue to go within themselves and be introspective and be mature and follow that instead of being immature. But you know, they're bound to be, you know, still immature because they're still a child. They're still young. They still have a long way to go. They're still living life with their rose-colored glasses on. You know, that's just science, bitch. That's just how your brain works. You know, they could be very, very smart, like on a like I guess basic logical understanding, but still like they just haven't had those epiphanies that a lot of 23, 24, 25 year olds, 27, 28, 29 year olds, you know, people in their like quarter to like mid 20s are having, like with all of these old feelings coming up, with all this old trauma coming up to be healed, you know, that like most people around the ages of like 21 and obviously under, they're still living with like their rose colored glasses on. And I feel like when you're getting to be barely legal, you know that you're an adult and you know that you hold like some type of like responsibility, but there's still that level of wearing like a shield, you know? But it's not like the older you get, you have to follow that. Okay, I'm getting older, like I'm getting mature, like I have to really like, you know? And some of them, they don't want, like, they don't choose to do that. And I feel like it's weird because you have, especially I feel like a lot of 20 somethings, you know, in that age bracket from like, I want to say 25 to like 20, you know, we're still going through a lot of mental shit. You know, there's like, even me doing the healing that I've done, I still have this like inkling of like where in my brain, like I want to be a teenager again because my in my mid to late teens, I did not have a normal teenhood. Like I was being fucking hella abused mentally. I was being thrown in and out of the fucking psych ward for no reason. I was in juvie. And when I say for no reason, I'm not joking. Like my mom is a narcissist and they just don't care about their children and they often just do everything they can to try to get rid of them. So I spent my whole life having to micromanage my life because when you live around a narcissist, you don't have a choice. And then on top of that, it fucking sucks because you feel like you have to make yourself suffer because you're so used to it. You don't have to. So, there's this, I guess, still teenage part of me that is not completely healed. That, there's this part of me that obviously I'm young and I still want to have fun and do things that young people are supposed to do. But I also am not reckless. I feel like most of my generation is stupid. They have no basic fucking common sense that I have. They have no knowledge about the serious shit in the world that I have. I don't know, they're scared of it and I'm not scared of it, but I also know still, because science is science, I can't over push myself because I can only handle so much. And like I said, there's still that part of me that's just bitch, I just want to be young and have fun and live my life. I don't want to grow up and you know regret not living, but I'm also not an idiot. I know when things get serious how to be responsible, but that's a fucking problem. Is a lot of people in my age demographic do not know how to be responsible. And it's not even that they don't know, it's they don't care about being responsible and they will abuse their power. It's just annoying. And they're so fucking especially now with social media and shit, they're so fucking narcissistic and egotistical. It's annoying. Bitch, all you're doing is telling them the facts, telling them to be careful, educating them about the world. And they want to fucking sit there and be like, oh my God, you're just being dramatic. Bitch, bye. Bitch, bye. This is why I don't even want to date anyone because they're so fucking immature. And it literally feels like I'm talking to a child. I might as well be talking to a child because, but you want to know what's crazy too? Is that, bitch, I literally live around children. I live in around a lot of people with children. And I guess because their parents raised them the right way, bitch, they know what I'm talking about because I'm never going to sit there and be like, oh my God, hi, little Billy. Hi. No, I talk to everyone the same. I do not do that shit with my voice because I treat everyone with the same respect and I feel like regardless of what age you are, you have the ability to understand basic shit. Maybe I might have to break things down. I have to talk about things in a certain way that they'll understand, but I know how to gauge people's energy and stuff. So I could talk to a child about everything that's going on and they know. And they know. And but it's when you're an adult, it's even worse. That's even worse because it's oh my God, that person is probably going to just end up taking advantage of somebody because they just do not care. They don't care. They dead ass do not care. And that's also the main problem is bro, I know for a fact that if I wanted to, I could easily catch a lot of predators within my own age demographic, or even people younger that are 17, 16 that prey on elementary schoolers, that prey on middle schoolers. I could catch so many of these people, it's not even funny. It's disgusting. And I know I look very young. Well, at least when I wear pigtails. I don't try to wear pigtails all the time because I don't like to. But this is just my protective style. But I know that it takes ages off, decades off my face. I know that. So it's I get the comments all the time oh my God, I thought you were fucking 17. Or with children, a lot of them, if they don't automatically know who I am, they think I'm like 16 years old. So the amount of women that be playing into that and they look their age. That's the thing. I feel like, I mean, some of them don't, but there's some women that like they just be trying way too hard to look a lot younger than they look, and they literally look their age. Most of them. But that makes me sick. That makes me sick because they be playing, they be, like I said, they be pedo baiting. They be doing that shit for validation and attention. It's like, bitch, you're disgusting and you're just sexualizing children and teenagers. You're gross. Like, what the fuck? And then these be the same bitches that later on come out, blackmail the bitches that they were dating that they knew were pedophiles, but they didn't care. They just want to fucking be the victim in the situation. And honestly, a lot of it is white women. They know that their boyfriends are pedophiles. They know that they're watching questionable shit. But do they do anything about it? No. Do they care? No. They excuse it and they play right into that shit. And they continue to go after men that do that shit. Because they don't care. They like the attention. They like the validation. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. And these are the same girls, the same women that will prey on other young girls that will be in cahoots with like child traffickers and like predators and shit and try to, and also not even, it doesn't even have to be that like they're in cahoots with them and working with them. A lot of them are predators themselves. They're just as bad. And that makes it 10 times worse because they be using like their fake nurturing energy to make it seem like they're doing something good. They're not, bro. Like, my sister is like 32 now, so I'm the baby of my family. So both of my siblings are like big grown, like 30s. I'm only 23 years old. Like, I am like a blossoming into adulthood. You know? So I knew my sister's friend, not personally, but she stayed at our house since I was like 13 years old and probably 12. So it's been a while. And my sister, they would have both been in their late mid 20s, like mid 20s. So this person, this girl, this bitch, that's what I'm going to call her because this is just crazy. She was an addict, and a lot of narcissists and a lot of weird ass people that have like hidden ass attentions typically have a history with being an addict. It's just the truth. I don't care if you want to admit it or not. Like a heavy drug addict. So my sister was having this girl stay at her house because she had a baby and she was just not doing good in life. And my sister's like me, kind of, where, well, not anymore, but she was like, oh my God, I'll help you, blah, blah, blah. And our house was like a safe space for a lot of people. And like, I don't even know where this girl would be half the time. I don't even think she was like getting herself together, to be honest, because I know like half the time she would be gone, I think partying while my mom was watching her child. And I think she stopped because my mom was like catching on that she wasn't really trying to get better. It's like she was like barely getting better for a while, and then she like went right back to what she was doing. Um, so before, when she was staying with us, everything was mostly normal. Like, she wasn't being weird or anything, but it's just like this, okay? I was jump I'm 17 years old. We live somewhere else. This girl tries to friend request me on Facebook. I am like just turned 17 years old. And not only am I vulnerable because I'm 17, but because I'm going through so much abuse and probably feeling lost or vulnerable, whatever. This girl at this time is a drug addict. She would be at this time like 27, 28 years old. And on top of that, to make matters worse, she is one of these adult women who pedo baits men and hangs out with predators that are like fucking old enough to be their fathers. And she is another one of these girls that pretends to be a teenager, is one of those girls that pretends to be a child, wears pigtails, all that shit. I know she is. And she tried to I'm pretty sure she was trying to plot on me, bitch. Like, she was trying to traffic my ass. I know it. And, I'm not stupid. Like, I was thinking, bitch, I'm like so depressed. And now this like random ass person that is like older, like much older than me, is like, she was messaging me. She was like, oh my God, like, it seems like you need someone to talk to. She was trafficking me for sure. For sure, because she was in cahoots with a bunch of old ass predatorial men, and I'm sure that she was thinking, "Oh, let me fucking recruit her." Like I get angry because people don't fucking really see it for what it is. Like, these bitches are not innocent; they're just as bad, and it's just like, what the fuck? And that's like the thing that I've realized just this year, because I've had a lot of like memories pop up from literally years of like me being in fucking preschool to like being a teenager, and happy memories, but also like really fucked up ones, and realizing that was actually really fucked up. That's what happens when you're 23, 24. You start remembering things and seeing shit for what it is, or you should. Some people don't do that. It's 2:02. Look, confirmation. But yeah, I just started seeing shit for what it is, and it's fucked up. It's so fucked up. But it's like, also too, it's like these things are easily like, I feel like a lot of things in life are easily preventable when you know how to protect yourself and you know how to recognize, bitch, that's disgusting. I blocked her so fucking fast. And I'm lucky that she didn't like fucking try to stalk me or something, but honestly, I think what's weird is like these people know like where motherfuckers live and shit, and they be keeping track of people. And it's like, over the years of me living here, there's been more and more drug addicts, like, and like I said, traffickers, pedophiles, and all that shit, just lingering around and like preying on young girls. And it's just like, it's just disgusting. And like, when I was 14 years old, and this guy, this 22-year-old, had messaged me. And at the time, I didn't really think about it. And this is a thing, bitch. Like, if you're a young person and you happen to be watching my channel, like, no adult should be reaching out to you, bitch. Period. I don't give a fuck. That's not normal. Like, unless it's like you're in a dire situation and they're actually not being weird, but most of them are being weird, bitch. No adult should be reaching out to you. So like, this 22-year-old motherfucker was friend requested me and started messaging me. And I didn't care, because like, I just wanted someone to talk to. I've never been one of those boy crazy ass, oh, I need attention from men bitches. I will never be that person. Never have, never will. So I was just talking to him because I thought, oh my God, well, maybe he just wants to talk to me. Even though, like I said, like, why does he want to talk to a 14-year-old? Like, that's not fucking normal. So at first, like this, and he literally talked to me before I went to school. So that's even weirder. It makes me feel like he knew something, and he knew where I lived, and he was like, I don't know, but so I talked to him like before school, and then I went to school, had my normal school day, and then I came back, and then he messaged me. I didn't message him. He was the one messaging me and blowing up my phone low key. Like, I was just kind of responding because I wasn't having strong enough boundaries. But, it was literally 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night that he messaged me. And he was like, do you want to come over? And I automatically was like, what the fuck? Like, you are 22 years old and you're asking me to come over to your fucking house. And he, at this point, he just started harassing me. And like I said, I'm pretty sure he was trafficking me. Like, the fact that this is so common and it's easy and like anyone could get swept into it, if you're dumb, if you're not dumb. That's why the society needs to teach girls to not value looks and attention from men. But this is the problem too. These people are doing that to young girls so they can have an easier time trafficking them. They're trying to round these teenage girls and kids up so like they don't have to go out and do anything, because all these girls' brains are already fucked. And not only that, but that's why, when you're young too, you can't trust people just because they're the same age as you, because a lot of these people are in cahoots with these motherfuckers and will try to recruit you. And like, that's the thing. Like, now I know, like, with a lot of these stories, it's like most people get recruited by their own friends. It's true. It's true. It's like people that are the closest to you, people that you would never think. But when you really think about it, when that person is just so fucked up in the head, they have no values, like, bitch, those are the people that will try to recruit you. That's why you can't be trusting people. I don't even trust everyone, especially motherfuckers that are like younger than me, because I know they probably will be trying to recruit my ass too. Like, it's that bad. So yeah, but he was trying to recruit me and he was like, oh, just come over. And he was like, oh, I have weed. Like, bitch, now I know you're really up to no good. And so at this point, I just started crying because I had that realization of like, oh my God, like he's trying to traffic me and he's probably doing this to other girls. This is not his first time. And I was like, no. And then I looked at his following list. He was following a 22-year-old black man, a bunch of underage 14-year-old, 15-year-old, 13-year-old white girls on Facebook. And honestly, I should have reported him. I should have. But in that moment, like I said, I was so emotionally distraught that I was like, okay, well, take notes. I just want to put it away. Like, I don't want to deal with this ever again. I don't want to deal with it, period. Just kind of taking the lesson, just never dealing with it again. Because that's ridiculous, but whatever. I was like 14. I didn't know how else to deal with it. I'm just glad I always had a good head on my shoulders and knew how to stay away from those situations. But, it's ridiculous. And I feel like now it's like even worse too, because it's like you see these girls that are being pimped out, or yeah, they're being pimped out, period. Like, all of these girls, I promise you, none of these girls, if you're an adult or even a minor watching this and you're trying to look out for your younger peers, I promise you, none of these girls that you see on the internet that are like damn near flashing themselves, like all of them are being pimped out. All of them. Literally every single one of them. Because they have someone in their comments offering them money to do all these like videos. Oh, send me a video of you wearing this and doing this and I'll send you this much money. They're all being pimped out and exploited. So I can almost guarantee you that none of these girls are just doing shit to like be stupid girls. Almost all of these girls are being pimped out. Because I feel like there's very few girls that like might just like, do certain things. But if you are friends with someone, right? If you're friends with a girl and she doesn't actually have a job, but somehow she's getting like a bunch of money, like loads of money, that's where the money is coming from. And it's not good money because she's in danger. Like, I was friends with this girl, and I had to stop being friends with her because she just did not appreciate me. But I was friends when I was in middle school, really, really close friends with this girl. She was a pick me. She was like in so many fucked up ass situations. There would be so many times she'd be talking to like young adult guys on fucking Kick, on Snapchat, and she was sending them like pictures of herself. And I'm just me being a good friend. I was like, bitch, what the fuck are you doing? Like, and now looking at it, I really should have done more because I feel like at first, at first I was just thinking, oh my God, she's just being a stupid teenage girl. But no, it's a lot deeper than that. Like she's just putting herself in like harm's way, and it's just really sad. But like, I want to cry. Like, I just hope she's okay. Like, sometimes I want to reach out to her and like I want to like talk to her, but like I cannot trust her, and there's like no getting through to her because like I said, I've been friends with this girl since we were like in middle school, and in high school she really showed me like she just does not give a fuck about me or our friendship, and she will do like she lied and told everyone that I started liking a guy because she did. And I'm just like, you know what, I'm done because like people are not my responsibility. People are not your responsibility. I feel like you can only do so much. But when people are just being straight up disrespectful and just going behind your back and shit, like that's their own choice. That's their own life. Like at that point you can only hope that they grow a brain cell, but chances are they're probably not going to grow a brain cell, and those are the people that become covert narcissists because they're just too out of line. You can't help them because they don't want to be helped. They just want to harm people and themselves. So, yeah, but when I was in like middle school, and she was like talking to this guy on Kick, and he was asking her, "What are you wearing?" And all this shit, and I was like, "Dude, that's fucking weird. That's disgusting. Like, you're not doing that." And then she was like, "Oh yeah, and he's like offering me to like, fly out to Canada." And I know from her mind, because her dad is a dickhead, she would want to do that. But me being a caring friend, I'm like, I'm not letting you do that. Fuck no. So I told her dad, I told my mom, and then my mom told her dad, because I'm not in cahoots with adults on internet on this point. I just know what I've been told. If something's wrong, tell the next trusted adult. If it's not, I don't care who it is. It could be a parent, a teacher, whatever. Like, tell a trusted adult, right? So I told my mom, and my mom told her dad, and her dad took her phone away from her. And the next day from school, she came and she was like, "Oh my God, I hope you're happy my dad took my phone away from me." Bitch, you're dumb. Like, you're not finna guilt trip me, bitch. You're literally 2 seconds away from being trafficked. I'm over here saving your fucking life. You stupid bitch. You dumb bitch. Like, I didn't actually say that, but I'm just, like I said, I've always been in tune with my feelings, and it's just like, bitch, this is not about you. Like, you should be happy that I'm in your life, because if it weren't for me, you probably would have been trafficked. I wouldn't see you. Like, I care about you. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So, yeah, this happened on so many different occasions. But yeah, we're not friends anymore. But that's why, like, it's up to smart people to look after their peers and really, really keep harnessing their own energy and teach young girls to actually, you know, heal their emotions and find like strength in friendships that are not toxic, and like friends that care about them and shit. Instead of being like, "Oh my God, everything is going shitty in your life, sell yourself out to a man." Like, I'm just so tired of it. And a lot of them are doing that. All of these women are doing that. "Oh, your life is going wrong. Just fucking sell yourself out. Sell your soul. Prostitute yourself." Like, these bitches are literally just trying to normalize prostitution and human trafficking. It's just like, You bitches are disgusting. And I fucking hate you. Because how could you tell anybody to do that? Even if it's not a young girl. How could you tell any woman to do that to themselves? You fucking bitch. You're like luring them into like horrible situations. And you get out scot-free? Fuck you. Like, I'm so tired of these fucking all these like mainstream wannabe influencers. They keep saying that they're influencers, bitch. As far as I'm concerned, y'all aren't influencing shit, bitch. Like, I'm tired. Like, I just want this young generation to actually like recognize better for themselves and like stop doing that shit. Cause I'm tired of it. Cause like there's like a huge plethora. You know there's a problem. Cause there's like a huge plethora of motherfucking grown ass adults like me. I mean, I think it depends on their content because there's like these men that are honestly entertaining that bullshit and I don't like it. Like entertaining the fact that they know that there's minors like all over their TikTok and like their Instagram and like they use Snapchat to like hook up with girls. And it's like it's bad because I know there's like some of them that I know that there's some of them that are intentionally trying to hook up with minors, but you know the problem is like I know that they don't be asking for people's age and they don't really be caring either. So that's a bigger problem. And like I said, like I've looked at a lot of these guys 18, 19, 20. A lot of them are following girls, these girls that are 17 years old. And not only that, but they're following girls that do that shit where they literally are sexualizing children. They're wearing their head in pigtails. They're following the OnlyFans girls that do that shit. And it's just like, they're like, they're just like training their brains to be looking and gawking at young girls all the time. I know it's happening. And it's just like it just oh my god, it just like really upsets me. And then you see why intelligent women like me are single. We're single because these men are fucking predators. I don't know how else to say it. You know, and also I'll use another example. When I was in high school and there was this girl. I liked this guy, but I wasn't desperate for him. Like I knew him when we were both in fourth grade, and then it's been a while since we saw each other in ninth grade, and he was staring at me all the time, blushing, all that shit, but he was too nervous to talk to me. But you want to know who he talked to? He decided, I don't like her, I'm gonna go after someone younger. And while it was only someone a year younger, it's about the principle. It's about the principle of it all. This is a freshman. This is a freshman. He's not going after any of the girls that are his age. He's going after the fucking freshmen. And it's just like, ugh. It's disgusting. It's really disgusting. That's why I hate when people be like, oh, it's only this year age difference. It doesn't fucking matter because half these motherfuckers like be predatorial as fuck because there's a difference between like just going about life, you know, and I don't think high school is a good idea to date anyone because everyone's immature. But I feel like in college, right, you have to, I mean, it still have to be careful because we're still, that person's still in a different stage of life. So it's like one thing if you just happen to meet someone that is like younger, you know, but still it's like predatory. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's like one thing if you're just going about life and you have a good head on your shoulders and you just happen to meet someone that's like a little bit older or a little bit younger, but the age gap is like the least interesting part. The age gap should be the least important thing, right? Because it's like a mutual understanding and love and connection, right? But in high school, it's never really like that. And you know what? In this world, it's never really like that because the majority of the time, it's like motherfuckers who are predators, who are preying on literally young girls or young boys, or preying on people that they know are very, very, very extremely vulnerable, you know? And it's disgusting. And I see it and I don't like it. And because it's just like when you're a person that like treats everyone with respect and like just cares about everyone, you just see these people like being around motherfuckers that are like really like it's just ew. Like I don't like it. And like I'm just gonna say it. Like, bitch, I'm seeing too many guys, bitch, that are with girls that look like children. It's fucking weird. I'm not like, don't even tell me. Like, I know I'm not the only girl that notices that. It's fucking disgusting. Honestly, they're around more women that look like little girls or like try to make themselves look like little girls than women that actually look like women and like think like women and talk like women. Like, you know, because I get it. Like, I know like some people will have a baby face, but they are not immature. That's the thing. They're actually mature. They just happen to like look young. But no, these motherfuckers be getting with motherfuckers that just emulate a child or a teenager and like a young underage teenage girl. It's just like, I'm not stupid. I see that shit and it's fucking weird. It's fucking weird because, bitch, I feel like most women, especially like me, I look at someone and I'm not about to get with them if they're not with their head is on fucked up. I'm not getting with them. Motherfuckers that be looking hella young, you know? And it's like they be throwing themselves at you, right? Some of them. And it's just like, it's just so sad because they're just kind of, you know, regurgitating the same predatorial behavior that they've, you know, experienced in their life. And I'm not saying that the children are preying on like adults. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like the language that they're using. Oh, nobody has to know. Honey, like I am begging you to please go sit in therapist chair. Like this is just sad at this point. Like I'm looking at you as someone who's obviously like very traumatized and like needs a lot of therapy because that's sad. Because I know that there's going to be someone who takes advantage of that. And that's just really disheartening to see. Like, seriously, it's like just horrible. It's just awful. It's just like, bitch, like, get off the internet and please, like, go heal. Like, please go touch some grass. Like, go talk to spirit. Go talk to your guides. Like, please go heal, go cry, be angry. Like, please stop doing this. Like, it's just very disheartening and it's just so common and I hate it. And I just feel like porn, like I said, a lot of the industry, like I said, they just romanticize that shit. And there's a lot of people, bitch, I can guarantee you that like a lot of these people that be watching like these shows and stuff, they just be like mindlessly consuming shit. Like they be watching that shit and they be predatory as fuck. Cause like I've never watched a lot of the media. You know what I watched growing up? The only shit that I ever watched was like Disney Channel and like educational like shit about like sociopaths or like darker shit that I honestly don't want to watch all the time because I'm like really sensitive. Like, but I do not watch that mainstream bullshit because I know what they're promoting and I don't like it. It's disgusting. It's not good. So, yeah, but I know a lot of people be watching that shit, and let's just be honest, they're not watching it because it's a good show. They're watching it for the pornographic content in the fucking film. Just let's just keep it a buck. They're watching it for the pornographic. They're not even watching the movie. They're just watching the pornographic content in the movie. They're watching it to sexualize the lead in the movie. They're not they're not watching for any other reason. And there's a lot of films that like are really really bad when it comes to that. Let's just be honest. Let's just call a spade a spade. Let's just call a spade a spade. It's programming. And all of you guys, one, as I'm literally still talking, need to deprogram your mind and understand how fucked up that is. What the fuck do you want with a teenage girl, bitch? Teenagers are fucking annoying. I'm sorry, but like, they're annoying. Like, I wish them the best in life, but like, I think it's more specifically with now with social media, their narcissism and shit. It's just like, oh my God, I'm not dealing with y'all. I'm really not. I do not have the energy. I don't have kids. Those are not my monkeys, not my problems. But yeah, it's just like it's crazy. There's like literally every form, literally like every piece of media is pedophilic. All the shit in the dance industry is pedophilic. And I feel like we're going backwards, to be honest, because I feel like I wasn't really seeing this for a while. I felt like for a while I was seeing decent movies, and then after we're right back to this shit, right back to Lolita-fying girls. You know, look at Sabrina Carpenter. Right back to sexualizing girls who have been in this fucking industry since they were fucking 5 years old. And the minute that they turn 18, they're being put on that hypersexualist shit. And even before that, they're still posting content that's like really child pornography and shit before that. Tate McRae is like an example. I know Tate McRae is like 20, but I feel like I don't think that what she's doing is like Lolita, which I feel like, you know, good for her. But I do feel like it's like the minute she just turned 18, 19, she was like meant to be looked at as this like sexual object. And I know in the video, they had her wearing fucking pigtails. I'm not fucking stupid. I know what these fucking people are doing. Like, it's just ridiculous. And I know that, like, that's really not who the fuck she is. Like, I know she has abilities, writing abilities. She's a fucking cancer bitch. Like, she could write the most meaningful, healing songs, and the music that she's singing, it does not fit her voice. And so she's just being looked at as an object because her songs are not good. And they're not even her songs. She didn't write the shit, she didn't produce it. It's these other people that are producing it. There's very few songs that she's making herself that are probably really good and really meaningful, but that's not the propaganda that they want. So they say no. It's fucked up. And I value her as a person, and I feel like she could do a lot more than what she's doing now. Ariana Grande, same fucking thing. Same fucking thing. Do I even need to say anything when it comes to Ariana Grande? And her and that little girl shit, especially with her. I feel like they do it a lot more, especially to the girls that are like really like petite too. Um, you know, I feel like Ariana, she's always been classy as possible, honestly. She's always held herself as a woman. But I know that they've tried to make her dress in those little schoolgirl outfits, bitch. Like, please. Please. Like, I'm not fucking stupid. And then Sabrina Carpenter really just sums it all up. This Lolita shit. She's short. She's blonde. Like, please. It does not take like it's not hard to put two and two together. Like they're Lolita-fying her. Like, come on, like let's not be dumb. Let's not be dumb, bitch. Like, I'm not stupid. I know what's going on. I don't like it. And you know, I don't hate Sabrina Carpenter, but like, bitch, like she's not a child, but they're like really trying to make her be this like sexualized child, even in like the slightest way. It's not really so obvious in your face, but it's definitely subliminal. Bitch, I'm not stupid. I know y'all see that shit too. I know y'all see that shit. I know y'all do. I hate it. I hate it so much. Like, and then I don't like the excuse that these girls are using. Oh, it's just light and feminine. Bitch, there's a difference between being a light feminine and dressing in like colors or like all white and like very classy or like the 60s and literally dressing like a fucking child. Like, stop. And the thing is, too, another thing, right? I get that from a psychological perspective, on a spiritual perspective, like, there are people that didn't get to have a normal childhood. So if you want to dress like a child and engage in all like the childhood activities, that I get it, you know, because I feel like that's another thing that they're trying to like use and twist, because I know there's a lot of girls like just dressing how they would have dressed as a child because they didn't, either maybe they were a tomboy or they were like hypersexualized. So like that's one thing, but then don't fucking sexualize the fact that you're dressing like a child. Like, it's not really that hard, but that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing, and I don't like it. I really don't like it. I don't fucking like it. Like, if you want to dress in pigtails, go ahead, but just don't sexualize it. It's really not like that difficult, but like a lot of these bitches, like, they don't care. Like, they're narcissists, and I can't stand that shit. You know? I hate it. I really don't like it. It's just disgusting. Like, be a woman. And the thing that upsets me, because like I said, I'm looking at this from my heart and I'm seeing these girls, and it's just like, bitch, you're so pretty. Why don't you just be a pretty young woman? Why do you need to be a child? Like, it's weird. You know, be a woman. Like, this is horrible. This is just awful. Like, you're too pretty to be even doing this. Like, stop. Please. I'm tired. God. So then people can look at you and be like, oh, wow, like, that's a gorgeous woman. That's a gorgeous young woman. Instead of them looking at you, you have a whole bunch of men looking at you as a teenager or as a little girl. You're not. I'm so fucking tired, you guys. Like, I'm over it. I am over it. I am beyond over it. I am. I don't like it. I hate it so much. And because, like, I value women, but these women definitely don't value women. And these women don't value themselves, because there's women like me that, bitch, trying to just help y'all see what you're doing is wrong and just fix it. It's not that hard. Like, it doesn't even need to be a big thing. You could just acknowledge, oh, like, this is weird. Let me stop doing it and just, like, do different. But you guys just stand so fucking hard on what you're doing, and that just makes shit worse. And it just really screams, bitch, you're a narcissist. You don't care about anyone but yourself. Like, fuck you. Seriously. It's just horrible. I hate it. I hate it so much. I do. I just don't fucking like people. I just don't understand. It's not that hard for people to recognize right from wrong and to not do certain things, to not promote certain things. It's not that hard. It's really not that hard. And I get it, you know, some people, they just have like certain things going on, but then like I said, like, that shit shouldn't be promoted. It just really all does not need, none of this needs to be promoted. Period. I don't care. Like, you don't need to be shoving it in your face. Like, I feel like porn should not be promoted. And also, here's the thing, like, I just feel like porn should be banned because, you know, it's just fucking with people's brains. But then I get that people have urges, but then, like I said, it's just fucking with people's brains, and it's just like, there's no place for it. There's like really just no place for it, because it just leads you down a rabbit hole of being involved in human trafficking, honestly. Because you're going to end up with someone who is in that line, and that's demonic ass energy. And also, it's like a bigger picture. It's like spiritual warfare is real, and sex is supposed to be intimate with just you and your partner, not with you and like a whole bunch of people that just want to take advantage of you, because then you're taking on literally all of their demons, bitch. That's bitches. You got a hard time fighting your own demons, bitch. You really want to take on other people's demons? You really want to do that, girl? Cause I fucking don't. Hell fucking no. Like, it should be an intimate emotional thing. It should not be a like reckless hookup shit. That's why so many people that are just choosing not to heal themselves and entertain that bullshit are so miserable, because they're not healing themselves. And on top of that, they're just welcoming more problems, like in so many forms, into their life. And it's just like, why are you doing this to yourself? Aren't you tired, bitch? Aren't you tired of like hurting yourself on like every level, like mentally and emotionally and spiritually? Bitch, aren't you tired? But yeah, I just need all of this to stop. Because, like I said, like, I wouldn't have an issue if it were not promoted and if it were just women, like grown ass women, like 25 and up. But then it's like I said, it's still like to some degree fucking with people's brains, and like it's just ridiculous. But like I said, I feel like there's a way to be ethical about things if we're going to have this. And this is just, it's not it. It's not ethical, babe. So yeah, I think that was all I wanted to like rant about or expose. Oh yeah, and again, like a lot of these like I'm not joking, I already knew it, but if you look at it, a lot of these girls that do this shit are just literally dressing like children. They're trying to normalize pedophilia. They're trying to breed mini pedophiles, and they're in Twitch chats and other chats with children. They're luring children. They know exactly what they're doing, which is why you should stop supporting them. You know, and I don't even like how people hate on Mia Khalifa, because it's just like, bitch, Mia Khalifa is not sitting there luring people into her shit. Like, she made a mistake. You know, she had a bad judgment. She was young. But the thing is, like, I don't like people are not giving her credit, is that she actually healed and she actually came out the other side. She realized the truth and she's exposing it. But y'all want to hate on her. And also, this is a grown ass, mature adult now. This is not like an immature adult. So, like I said, it's just like the same cycle of, oh, let's just hate on all of like the smart, mature women that had their brain on, right? And just worship a bunch of little girls. Like, girl, I'm tired. I'm tired of y'all. I'm tired of society, girl. And if anyone needs me, I'm just gonna get to the point where I'm just gonna live in a UFO or something, because it's getting ghetto. I'm tired. I'm tired of people's lack of common sense and empathy. I'm done. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about. I hope y'all be safe and pay attention to the company you keep. Pay attention to what you're watching. Don't just mindlessly consume shit, please. Be mindful. You know, make sure you're operating from your heart and not your ego. And you know, just be mindful. That's all. Okay, bye. How the fuck do I end this?